that show.
Like he has one wife and kids. No baby mamas, no associated.
They asked of baby
mistresses.
mama. He said he doesn't know about that. There's a way he tried to like make those people. Yes. So
he just played on their intelligence.
So that was when it went viral and all, and people started taking up with that statement he said on that show. Mr. Soji made a show on that stuff he said on TVC. Lanre doesn't even have any goods that I want to dig up. Because he didn't even give me money up to what my ex was giving me. The only thing he did for me that made me impressed was because he was the first person that made my wish came true, that he inspired me to have my own studio. That's all. And my money was part of everything I did in my studio. And he didn't even introduce me to any client to make up. It was me that hustled for my clients myself. And when I still had the opportunity after those 2 children to travel, and he still declined it, and when the school fees came up, he didn't pay. I just got mad that I had opportunity to make good life for myself. You declined it. Now you can't afford to pay school fees. It's crazy. It's just like Lanre matter is like Niyo Oba money sheni. You knew my childhood was not funny. This fight I'm fighting for Lanre now, I couldn't fight when my dad sent me out of the house when I was in secondary school. My mom died when I was 5. And when my mom died, my dad was beating us, abusing us, doing all sorts of things, but we're still there because we don't have any choice. He sent me out of the house because of choice of course I wanted to go and study at the university. He said I should study law. I said I can't read for long, let alone to start memorizing constitution and all. I want to be an actress. I want to start acting. I want to be in the movie. He said no, that his daughter cannot be in the movie. They don't marry. And I was like, what do you want me to marry for? You that you're my dad, I see the way you molest lady and do sort of this. So I've seen things when I was small. He sent me out. I took him to the K2 police station because we used to stay at K2. They didn't see anything to do. He left, vacated that house, and he left. I lived on street for good 2 years. I've slept under my 12 bridge before. Slept around K2. This same my 12 bridge. Slept so many places before. Lived with so many people that I didn't even know that we were not even family. My mom family ignored because they were scared of my dad. The same way people are scared to talk to them. That's the way they were scared of my daddy then. But I was ignorant. I don't know what human right or anything was then. Telling Lanre all this story and still for him again to have the God with the way he's a Christian, he has the mountain and he talks about God, he sings about God. Still now kept saying, he should have just dated me and just left me. Do you understand what I mean? You now forced me. Is it by force? You lied and forced me into being with you, and to the extent of having children for you. Now you want to suffer my children, and people are telling me not to stand up. If I couldn't fight my dad then, I should be able to fight fight the father of my kids for their future. I told my friend. She now told me that, okay, she'll connect me to somebody. She now connected me to one of our friends in London. She now said, that one, I said she knows one blogger in London, TMS blog, that auntie is very good, Auntie Dorcas, that she will take it up, that I shouldn't worry, that will sit up. So I now spoke to that auntie. It was an admin that spoke to me. Later, the auntie collected, she gave me this lady's number and we started talking. The lady just did just one show. She didn't even mention my name. She just said one of his baby mama that have 2 kids and blah blah blah. She didn't go into details. That he should just piece. He should do the needful. Lanre sent that 100K that day.
He sent the 100K after that show. Are you sure?
I'm telling you.
Jesus, after TMS.
Since January.
Since January to
that
May.
100K.
No, wait. January, February, March, April, May.
He sent it June. Yeah.
6 months after.
Yes.
After that show.
Immediately that show ended, he sent the 100,000. So I now sent the money to my friend. My friend was not like, who sent it? I said, Larry. He said he has the money. He's just being wicked to you. So for him to just, the show that they didn't even go to any details, he sent the money immediately. I didn't say anything. He now messaged me, I want you to take the matter off social media because of the kids. I said, okay, that will you add that, please, the 50K is too small. You know I don't work. That can you add 20K to the 50K? It should be 70K. I go and look for work. You can't force me to. You're a mother. Well, I said, but every opportunity I saw to work there, you declined it.
And you derailed it.
You spoiled everything for me. If you had allowed me to travel, then I won't be even asking you for money. Your money will be useless to me by now. He called me different name. I was still even begging him. He called me different name.
He abused you.
He called
like
me so many names. He called me bastard, fool, cursed child. He called me so many names. I didn't say anything.
This same woman that is slept with, that have seen your nakedness, enjoyed you with 2 children as products.
I didn't say anything. So there was a time, I don't know, because anytime something happened like that, but I don't know, that Mr. Soji now did show for the Wonola lady. So he now watched it and send it to me that look at what the Auntie Dorcas this thing I went to as cost to. Now they now called Wonola, name this. I said, I'm not Wonola. And it's not today Wonola have been tagging you to
who is that Wonola?
She had kids for him.
The one they told about in London, the baby mama, that they say went to fight publicly somewhere, almost naked herself.
Yes. So he now said, look at it. And I was like, this blogger, I don't know him. I don't know him, this and that. So I just got frustrated one night when he was pinning me on that same blog. And I called this man that, sir, have you met me before? He said, no, he doesn't know me. That is one, not that he knows that when he heard this, he just talked that what happened. Then I explained to that man. That man was like, do I want to come out? I said, no, because I don't want to bring out myself. I don't want to be tagged with him. He was like, he will continue hurting. I was like, sir, let me just wait. Only for people to start sending me messages and munch of Lanre in TVC. He said he has just one wife and children. Yeah. There are different series of that show. No, there are different series of that show.
Okay, ma'am.
And it was inside that same show. He said he's the father. He takes his children to good school.
Definitely, we have to go commercial. We pay bills, my sister. Yes. We pay bills. And for me, gospel music is the only thing I do for a living. I've got family. I've got my children in school. I have to pay. I don't know why people try to fake life. I don't fake life. I'm too real to be fake.
Okay. Let's talk about you as a family man. Would you just consider yourself a good husband, father? What are the kind of things you do with your children, with your wife? Tell us about you a bit.
I'm a father. Abbiamo.
So what do you do with your children? What are those things
I play with my children and make sure my children go to very good school.
How many kids you have?
I don't disclose. Like I said the other time.
That's not
because I don't want. There's some things about me that I don't want it to be public.
But he had admitted in that show that he has one wife and kids. He admitted in that show
that he has one wife and kids. No baby mamas, no associated.
They asked of baby mama. He said he doesn't know about that. There's a way he tried to like make those people. Yes. So
he just played on their intelligence.
So that was when it went viral and all. And people started taking up with that statement he said on that show. Mr. Soji made a show on that stuff he said on TVC when he heard about it. So they contributed for me. I came live for him. They contributed for me, and that was how I could keep up with this shop. I was surprised after a few weeks they contributed for me. Next thing, the Wonola went to beat Mr. Soji Atomsaye, molesting him and doing everything. He didn't even touch her. I felt bad, but I didn't see anything. So when this thing came out, before this school fees stuff came out, he has been paying the 50K they asked him to pay in social welfare. He paid the first one at June. July, he wanted to decline it because of one auntie was soliciting for him. The auntie was like, because of the kids, I should calm down for him. That since I don't want him, he doesn't want me to anymore, we should just calm down for each other. He now told that auntie that he doesn't have money and all that. She now advised him. That auntie really is too strong for me then. Because of Lanre, I had to block that auntie, that probably because I'm discussing with her. That's why he's saying he does not have money. Well, after he signed for it at the social welfare, he shall send that money late at night at July 3rd. I didn't send anything. After them, he has been paying the money. So I now went to meet them 2 weeks before his up shoulder. And do you know after that 25,000 he paid, he didn't pay another one.
That
it
for
was
the school?
Yes, for the school. Then it was the people that contribute. Part of the money they contributed for me. Then I used to pay the remaining school fees and all. And one woman even paid for goat's debt and all. So I went back to them 2 weeks before his option at social welfare. That school fees, so how far? Because then he said he wanted to refer the case to court, that he insisted on public school. The lady now said no, he called her back, that he was angry. That's why he said it, that he said he would pay the school fees. I was like, no problem. She just said I should do her a favor, when the school resume, I should bring the bill to her. Then I took the bill to her. She spoke to him. He was saying a lot of things. After I took it, he blocked me from his WhatsApp for months. That's none of my business. There was a time he unblocked me for 7 days. He blocked me back because I was not even looking like anything happened to me. I'm a very cheerful person. I've already taken my faith and let him
move on.
So the lady now said, she came here because you blocked her. She couldn't access you. That's why she came, so we'll give you the bill. He blocked her because of anything he says. He going to social media. The woman was like, it's the school fees that she's talking about. That what's talk about the school fees? He said he doesn't even stay in Lagos. That he does. The woman was like, okay, when are you going to come? Or she sent the bill. She sent the bill. He can't even come throughout this September till October. The woman was not like, when the children go to school till October? He doesn't know. He doesn't stay in Lagos. The woman now said, okay, when are you come? He said maybe middle. The woman now said you should come 1st of October. That's October 5th or something. I can't, because every Tuesday they open at the social welfare. So I personally sent Lanre a message that please, I don't want any drama. I do not want us to start saying things again. You know, you already when I came out, he came out too. He insulted me. He called me names. But
yes, I overheard the video. He said you're a gold digger.
Yes.
Then you were telling him that I'm not a gold digger. They say you're a gold digger. What does it mean by gold digger? Did you dig gold from? I am a polygamy.
Lanre doesn't even have any gold that I want to dig up. Because he didn't even give me money up to what my ex was giving me. The only thing he did for me that made me impressed was because he was the first person that made my wish came true, that okay, he inspired me to have my own studio. That's all. And my money was part of everything I did in my studio. And he didn't even introduce me to any client to make up. It was me that hustled for my clients myself. So there's nothing.
That's why the fact that he's a musician,
he's a celebrity,
and he's a celebrity, he didn't introduce you to her.
And everything I had in my house was what I had in my house before I met him. So he just paid for rent. So I don't know what I was digging inside. He doesn't know. There are some English Lanre use that he doesn't know the meaning. He's ignorant of so many things. So I don't.
So you mean maybe he does not? He just use English.
He used words. Yes, he doesn't know what it means. So I just left him. So I sent people to go and meet him to beg him. I called pastor to talk to him. He did not answer. So I sent one brother that sings too, that I under him to go and meet him. He refused to turn up.
But let me ask you, at what time did this problem manifested? At what time did you discover that it is enough? Enough is enough. in the relationship?
Initially, after my baby was second child was 3 months, and I got to find out about this atrocity. I knew the real
marital atrocities.
Apart from the marital, the other ladies that are involved, and me, I don't really like polygamy, so I don't like drama. So my mind was off it, which he knows. My mind was off.
You were decisive immediately.
Yes, my mind was off it because I don't like problem in my life. So I just had to leave. But then my baby was small and people were like, the child, this and that. So I had to stay for that while. And when I still had the opportunity after those 2 children to travel, and he still declined it. And when the school fees came up, he didn't pay. I just got mad that I had opportunity to make good life for myself. You declined it. Now you can't afford to pay school fees. It's crazy. It's just like Lanre matter is like Yoruba money sheni. You knew my childhood was not funny. This fight I'm fighting for Lanre now, I couldn't fight when my dad sent me out of the house when I was in secondary school. My mom died when I was 5. And when my mom died, my dad was beating us, abusing us, doing all sorts of things, but we're still there because we don't have any choice. He sent me out of the house because of choice of course I wanted to go and study at the university. He said I should study law. I said I can't read for long, let alone to start memorizing constitution and all. I want to be an actress. I want to start an actress, rather. I want to start acting. I want to be in the movie. He said no, that his daughter cannot be in the movie. They don't marry. And I was like, what do you want me to marry for? You that you're my dad, I see the way you molest lady and do sort of this. So I've seen things when I was small. He sent me out. I took him to the K2 police station because we used to stay at K2. They didn't see anything to do. He left, vacated that house, and he left. I lived on street for good 2 years. I've slept under my 12 bridge before. Slept around K2. This same my 12 bridge. Slept so many places before. Lived with so many people that I didn't even know that we were not even family. My mom family ignored because they were scared of my dad. The same way people are scared to talk to them. That's the way they were scared of my daddy then. But I was ignorant. I don't know what human right or anything was then. So I saw advert of Little Saint Orphanage. I went there. I told her my problem. She was like, how will the same man send his daughter out? I was like, this is his number. Then she called my dad. He said female children in Igbo land, they are not children, they used to marry that, so he doesn't have business with me. That's how I was in Little Saint Orphanage before I was adopted by Mrs. Abiola.
And that's the one that trained?
Yes. Telling Lanre all this story, and still for him again to have the God, with the way he's a Christian, he has the mountain and he talks about God, he sings about God, still now kept me. He should have just dated me and just left me. Do you understand what I mean? You now forced me. Is it by force? You lied and forced me into being with you, and to the extent of having children for you. Now you want to suffer my children, and people are telling me not to stand up. If I couldn't fight my dad then, I should be able to fight the father of my kids, for their future. And my daddy, that he wants to start copying. At the end of the day, he had stroke, which Lanre knew. He had stroke. He came back to beg me. Daddy, for me now. He gave me everything he had at diamonds. He was giving money at the point that I don't even need his money anymore. He was loving me at the point that his love was useless to me. Which, when he was sick and he needed treatment, that was the first time my daddy asked me for 50,000 in his life. And I called Lanre. Lanre, my daddy asked me for money. Lanre made one statement. He said, Obitoba told you he doesn't have money to treat that kind of person. He didn't give me money. 2 days after my dad died, I was pregnant with Diamond. Lanre did not allow me to bury my dad. He said because he was the one emphasizing on what my daddy have done that me myself have forgotten.
But the Bible says we should forgive our enemy. That even if they offend us 70 times. I
did not bury my dad, you, and I'm my dad's first daughter. Because of Lanre. Now Lanre is now doing the same thing.
To his children too.
To his children too.
But why will a man of God that has occasion, that controls crowd, that sings about Christian unity, sing about breakthrough, will now tell somebody when he knows that you had a bad parental upbringing, your dad messed. Of course he has messed up. Maybe it was spiritual influence that made him to misbehave.
That one too. His own was spiritual influence.
Yes. Now he died. He's now telling you that you can't take care of him. For him to even say that, what does it say about him? And how did you feel?
I felt bad, bro. I didn't have any choice because it was the ones that was going to fund me to travel. My state is very far, but state, so I didn't know where I would get money from, so I couldn't pay my dad.
But down, that's far. One of the most quiet eastern states. Can you imagine? And how did you feel there?
I felt bad because a lot of people were calling me that your daddy asked for forgiveness. You claim you are forgiving him, so why don't you want to bury him?
Not knowing that you are strapped inside Lanre Teriba's marital cocoon.
Even my stepmother sent me money for clothes then because it was all white, 10K. I couldn't go. I bought the clothes, I couldn't go.
And that dad, how old was he?
He died, he was not up to 50 when he died. Because the same life Lanre is living, that's what my dad was living then. Different women, drinking, different women, lying to women. And I know it was when he was lying for women, lying that he would marry them, dump them, probably someone that swear for him that made him did what he did to me, because it's not ordinary.
Yeah, it's not ordinary. I mean, your first daughter, your first child, a beautiful girl. I mean, a girl with prospects. I mean, Oloma Eka for go as on, you know. So was it that maybe those are the things? Was he also an entertainer, or what was it?
No.
Okay, what was he into?
He was a naval officer.
Can you imagine? I mean, naval officer for that matter, then retired. So Lanre now advised you to ignore him at death.
Yes, since he didn't take care of me.
So practically it was like Lanre was one in charge of your life at that time.
Yes, he was.
So how did you handle it after that?
It was after I now knew it was based on lies, and I couldn't cope again. That's why. And when I was diagnosed diabetes, I was like, I won't just want to die now. So it's better for me to let him go, because it was the girlfriends were increasing, different baby mama work. When I knew Kofo through Instagram. She was being Dural Terry. She doesn't have that user account again. I told him, said, is there anybody that bears Terry that is dating? Is there anybody that bears T that is dating? And her. And he started lying. So later that girl followed me on my Instagram. Before that exam was stable green. She followed me. Her page was on private. Then when she followed me, and now I told Lanre that your girlfriend had followed me. I was like, which girlfriend? That I followed her. I said I didn't follow her. I don't know how. He said okay, no problem. So later that girl now removed her page from private, and now saw she has a baby, a daughter. The child and God are at the same age. So probably we got pregnant at the same time. I now sent it to him that what kind of reckless life are you living? What is the meaning of this whole? I even sent the crying video. I sent it to him. What kind of life are you living? This life doesn't pay.
At the end,
the next thing he said, be looking for who have child for Atorise up and down. People that doesn't know. He shall deny the girl. It was when this thing now went viral. She called me and told me that's the way he rented apartment for her. Just kept bed there. He didn't paint it. He didn't do anything. It was her mom that gave her fridge. That she even had to start doing something I can't say here, to start raising herself.
Now the house plenty like that. I don't propose to people's privacy. That, but who is the girl? Now says, I think it sent to your Facebook hand, but I tried checking on Facebook then. I couldn't find anything. I'm not bringing out. My page on Facebook is on private. So I couldn't find it. After that, I didn't see the person. No. Now gave me your wasn't on Instagram. Now said, I think his birthday was coming. Now sent the picture is on my phone till now. I put the picture on Google that you did a film for him, you did my king, can you come? I didn't thought I was like, what? But now I think for that, the man likes woman, blah blah blah. But deep down my heart, that's why your Instagram handle. Me, I was even having a playman because me, when I met him 4 years ago, Lanre told me he had just 2 kids. Me, I never took him serious. I mean, when we took him joke, when I came and get out, that was my intentions. But for me, they said in the next 5 years, babe, I'm not ready to have a child. Because child is not in my agenda. Though I'm the only child of my mom, but child is not in my agenda. Because me, I love hustling. I'm a business person. I love doing business. So when I was in university, I was running a canteen. I was really okay. He told me to relocate down to Lagos. Okay, fine. Him and my mom persuaded me. I came down to Lagos. He told me I had just 2 kids. Fine. Let's see if things will work out. Where is your wife? He doesn't have a wife yet. And what's my mom? Blah, blah, blah. I can't take a man home yet, though. I take you home this month. It's a problem in the following month. You know, okay, where is that man that you're dating? I should bring another man home again. And so when I'm ready to take a man home, I will take him. But it was them on my neck. Not knowing that I was even tracing to get my house. He finally came to my house, and that day was on a Sunday. In the night, they came with his so-called friend, Sojabi, what's his name? They came together. And my mom asked him, only to see one more, I don't know what happened that month. I think we had sex from my ovulation day. And my ovulation is always very accurate. I took him. So God who made me fellow sharing him. But my mom is a nurse. I know all those drugs at the tip of my fingers. We're going to man by some investors, so I'm sharing me now. Babe, it's not GNC, I don't, because I'm only scared of GNC. This child didn't come down. I don't know if I'm pregnant, so I don't go over to money after 4 months. I'm pregnant, send me the child. I didn't wait, I'm not ready. Are you ready to be a father? He said, what does it cost? When my pregnancy was 6 months, he traveled to UK. He now posted a video like my daughter Bisola. He told me you had Jumobi and Olamide. I'm like, I look at Jumobi, what do you say? I believe Coco. Not that I'm Bisola. I can't Jumobi. Like, he told me he's 2 kids. How come he's not 3? I'm sure I was devastated that day. Like, I could see a nearest about that. I could see a nearest to just get to that pregnancy that 6 of I would have. I'm one of the I'm only play a year and 6 months or so. Don't know if I just I'm only was that. Anyway, I kept that picture of that friend that the guy sent to me, your Instagram handle, where your baby looks like. It's something that Natasha, Diamond, that's the name of my kids. I kept that. I was just saying to him, who is this person? But someone called I overlooked this prophet. Then the more embarrassing play a game to me. So the time I met Lanre, I could real me until last year. Like, I can't keep going like this. I can't keep doing this. So that pepper I'm honey, 2-3 months for the year to see me. I don't tell you, isn't that multiple million I'm honey now? I feel like having sex. I feel like looking up, sex option having sex. I feel like looking up today. You see me the next They're married few. Under 30 minutes is gone again. Someone I can just talk to, like, I can call for this. If I call, one of it is to me, friend. Maybe call the phone, passport. Basically, I not do your own responsibility. You know, I want to now, you feel that you're responsible. A woman that is sane will never drag you to respect. That was a sneak, it just me. I didn't ask. Because everything was already built on lies. So I never any word to say, I don't trust him. I don't trust any word to say, I don't trust him. I'm a minute last year. So open play. Wait, allow me. It's not our subject. Like the film come up from only this my friend, like the friend in discussion. We had a friend with him. Which was just things. Very for people listening. Hey, hello, you should come on the color of my I'm disappointed. People always see to run my rushing at this place. A perfect one, actually, in age as well. And the perfect one, not until let me say last month, when your case came out, I was with my friend on Chop and she would say particular Natasha and she say, if I had known, if not love, some of it talk, she saw me to go program within it. I was crying inside the taxi by that day. I was like, Auntie, what was wrong? Like, just around, like, just family, just private to the family. And they shipping. When you're mentioning they shipping. Okay, you called him back, Abby. No, I didn't call him. He told me to I'm like, what? No, my business, Well, only just tried to like, man, just digging. And I went to check it. And I saw it. I'm like, oh, I felt though. Sincerely, I felt what you are feeling because this is what you are going through. I'm going through. Me, nobody don't want you. She built to me, never shop on me. In the 150,000 anymore, but we got to 50,000 anymore. The one somewhere just man like 2 years ago. But at Berlin, 6 months, me need chair, me need TV. I don't make bed in my house. My room was all rough. I had to go and woman she cupboard 5,000 too much. I'm on meeting 8 more. I'm on 1 year. I'm meeting more washing work at son. My friends, my neighbors are like that. She be like, I look at the video, in the compound, I was crying. I don't have chairs in my room, in my house. I don't have freezer. Now I think that I'm still before from the retirement to minimum, I don't have that phone. I must walk in JJ. I'm in our more thing I'm not good design. If you run the phone. I didn't give my mommy a time. I got freezer too. Only one, the bad little one, she said, I'm moving to up my valley. Just to watch them in February or June, I did my check for 75,000 naira. Oh, because I'm trying to in case they are to say, I didn't to find people who can really see, oh, let me to do the months in the picture for a long. Let me to do, give me 3 months. Just but that was not 3 months. 3 months. We need to find the landlord. Landlord, they are for a long. In my company, should be a family. When the local landlord, be a family. I just feel the January. So, one of my sons, she, all of my sons, living this winter. Every 2 months, when this is January, my son, that was a landlord. I only people for John Dada. So, I am sick. In Koda, in Nadi. In Koda, in Nadi. In the street, people make this for me, and it's not there. I can't get tears. So, it doesn't work. I don't know, why you think come on, people back home, the baby is very smart. What you're going to do is going on and so this country is 3 years. After the baby is 3 years. Let it time, she wants to start to come home for 2 years already. People who are people banning and think of the world, it's not delicious. Until you think, oh, maybe what was you done for me? Maybe in my comfort, 2 things in the rescue. What was your problem? No, me. I can't do that. I have to die, especially in my area. You see that me, I personally went to my family second school. They got me on school. It isn't good. This is anything on you. I know what you I don't know them before I was going to happen. I was paying like 8,000 naira for those things. You know, people back 100,000 naira as a secondary school student. My mom is only trained me. Fine, yes, she has the money. She's more as a single mom too. But she be worried. That's my dad. I don't let my father for anything. He very I'm thankful for that. He didn't train me for the investment. I don't train me. The is being further than I get. I don't want to super 25 capacity of but it's better than standard because you know what don't try. You know, these people want 20,000 naira. You fancy 30K, almost only the opportunity. Fancy 4,000. Back to school, you need that 20K back to school. And I agree that the 6,000. So, try me 20K. Not give me like 70,000. Not be sure. When you call today, it's not much now. Babe, I'm not demanding. It's not much. I feel like I don't want to push you. Yeah. I don't 20K. You're from something on here, 20K tell you from a column meji. It talks about very much 30,000. that was positive. And it's not like it's constant, so.
I was like, I felt bad.
Because I think I came across a voice note somewhere that he came to their house, that after school she had nobody.
Yes.
That there was
that
nobody.
the mother was involved. The mother asked their one consent, see her woman. And he was the one that even forced her. He said she should have the child. That even wanted her to have second one, she did not agree. I was like, really?
So he wanted to force her again to have second one, just like your own case. I mean, that the same thing that it appears that your dad did, that's what happening to him now, and you want to stop it.
Yeah, I need to stop it because it can't continue to go on like that. Men should own up to their responsibility. I saw a lot of ladies commenting, there are a lot of single mothers out there taking care of their children. It's not supposed to be so. There should be a change. The mentality in Nigeria is so dull. How can you be training a child for a man that is alive? And at the end of this day, these children will appreciate their father. They will forgive him at the end of it. He will still ask for forgiveness and they will forgive him. So I just want him to be responsible, that's all. Should be responsible. If he wants to be born again and give his life to Christ and start doing what is really in the Bible, not what is outside the Bible, what he's doing, it's led to him.
But we are talking about a born again Christian here who is singing the gospel singer as is one that sing Atorise, Ori mi o gbodo buru o. You know, I mean, this is a great singer, right? So we respect him, and until recently, until some years ago. I mean, at close range, how would you define him? What kind of a person he is? Lanre Teriba, who is he? Meeting him, do you think is a real definition of what he sings or something else?
After I had my second child and they brought out that Shade has a child for me, I discovered that he's not a born again one. He's a gospel entertainer, which I think he has said that.
I always say it anywhere I go to that. I'm a gospel entertainer. I'm a gospel entertainer.
That's a new
For me
one.
to take gospel music to clubs, I'm trying to, Yoruba will say, I don't know why people try to fake life. I don't fake life. I'm too real to be fake.
Okay.
Before too, in an interview.
Gospel entertainer.
Yes.
No. Is there a difference between an entertainer and a singer?
Probably he's doing it for the money. Because he's not doing it for God. He's doing it for the money now, for the fame. Which I feel is the fame that is making him do all sorts of things that he can't even come out to public and say it. Even at the interview, when they asked him how many children does he have, he couldn't say it. Because he knows that he will have lost count.
No, I watched the TV series that he said he has one wife and he has children.
But later they asked him, when they asked him, are you a good father? Where he said that they now asked him, how many children do you have now? He said he doesn't want to disclose it outside.
Let's talk about you as a family man. Would you just consider yourself a good husband, father? What are the kind of things you do with your children, with your wife? Tell us about you a bit.
I'm a father.
Abbiamo. So what do you do with your children? What are those things
I play with my children and make sure my children go to very good school.
How many kids you have?
I don't disclose. Like I said the other time.
That's not
because I don't want. There's some things about me that I don't want it to be public.
Okay,
it is me. That's
because he knows that he can't mention the first wife kids alone now. Do you understand?
Yes.
So he has a lot of children that he can't. I don't think he knows how many children he has. He doesn't.
No. I want to ask you this question. It looks ridiculous, but I want you to answer it. When you find out eventually, baby mama number, what do you think you are, really?
Trust me, I wouldn't know, because last I have a child that is 2 years old. Folashade child too is 2 years old. Gold is 2 years old. Kofo's daughter Imisi too is 2 years old. And that's the people I know.
Right now.
What about the ones I don't know?
Those are the people that go Jujadi for now. That you can now say, these are the real. I mean, I was even wondering, before I go to the other issue, there is the lady in London that started threatening you, and I was wondering, I think Auntie Maureen Badejo did a show to stop her and put her in the trash. Who is this Wonola Oyebode? I think they call her Shake Talk Show or something like that.
She's a blogger too. She talk about people. There was a time How I knew Ashake talk show. There was a time after Folashade crisis came out on Gist Lover that she has a child, blah blah, and all that. I asked him about Wonola too because I heard about her through this Ezabo, this Facebook bloggers, yes.
The fracas. Okay.
So my friend sent those stuff for me. I saw it as something that is irrelevant, so I didn't ask. So when I now asked him, he said she had the child and him and his first wife went to do DNA and they said the child wasn't his. That is what he said that day. So when I got talking to Shade, because me and Shade were friends for a while because of my kids. When I got talking to Shade, she said it's a lie. That that Wonola has 2 kids for Larry. Then we didn't even know Wonola was pregnant for another child.
At that same time?
At that time when we were talking about her. So during this coronavirus, when he was doing live shows to minister and all, when he was doing those shows to minister, I don't look at those shows because I don't have data to start looking. I don't like long episode of stuff on.
Who is doing shows to ministers?
Larry used to do shows to minister during coronavirus.
Okay, he used to
online,
online that like a pastor.
No, he sings.
Okay.
So he thought I do look at it. I don't. So it wasn't like didn't I see one lady that was saying Daddy Dara that was commenting on the stuff. I said no, I don't watch it. Now said there's this lady in London and she has 2 kids. He now confirmed she has 2 kids for him, that he wanted her for papers, that's why he was with her. So she said she was going to help him to have stay. Then later she was like she should have a child for him so the government will know that together. That she even said he should go and divorce the first wife and marry her, but he was playing stunts with her, she was playing stunts with him. So at the end of the day, she had a child for him. Later, she said the one child is not enough. But Isha lied. I don't want to say some things she said. That he said.
No, you can say what she said. Since he's the one that said it. No, you are free to say it. It's not your opinion, but that's what he said. And you are saying it without prejudice now. She's saying it without prejudice.
So he said because she was having those kids because her late daughter was sickle cell, so I think she wants the children that are has years. So that's why she had the second one. And even now he heard she's pregnant for another man.
In London?
In London.
Oh my God.
Not knowing that it's the one that owns the pregnancy.
So he was even still lying to you?
He was still lying to me. So he now told me to go and check her show that she's now a blogger on the internet. I now checked it. So when I now googled that, I saw her fracas with Esabod, AJ, this Mrs. Abike Jagaban, all those people. She used to fight them, cause them, they will curse her, and they have been tagging Lanre with her ever since. Anytime she fight like that, they will tag Lanre names to her. So I now said, oh, now I understand what he was saying. They now say that he wants to destroy him rather, blah blah blah. That's why he avoided, and since she's not ready to even give him the stay, and thank God his children have stay now. So I followed up her show. She was talking about him, but she doesn't mention his name in her show. But when you listen to what she's saying, you know it's Lanre she's talking about. She did the one Abi Mama Wo. She did one Abi Eron. She was talking about him that he doesn't take care of the children because her children is on child support, on child benefit or so. She said a lot of things that at the point I fell for her. Because me, I don't fight ladies over men because men can be so trickish. So I saw her point for a woman to come out like that. She has something she's really going through emotionally. So I just left her matter. So anytime he talks about blah, she's a comedian. I love the way she dances on her page, and I love the way she takes issue that even during her Baba Jesha case, the way she was demonstrating the way Baba Jesha was harassing the girl and she was pressing her breast that look at your wife, she have pressed her breast. We just gist about it. Until his birthday, she now posted him happy birthday, Baba Dara, Baba Elijah, Baba Michael, and I sent him the message that Bobo, you said she was pregnant for another man. How is Baba Michael now involved? He just changed it for me. So Wonola was part of the reason I now took him to welfare. That no, this is too much. I can't continue. And those children are the first child, I think that one is 6, second child is 2, the other one is 1.
Oh, my Lord Jesus Christ, my Lord.
I don't know how Lanre sleep, and yet he still have different girlfriends giving them hope. By now, those girls would have known, because I know that's his pattern. By now, it's an awareness. It's not that just Natasha coming out to fight for her kids. Anybody listening to should tap wisdom from what I'm saying too. By now, everybody knows that Lanre is married with different baby mamas.
So this one, why is she now? I heard that she started coming after you.
I think she liked Lanre because she's aware.
Like or she loves?
She loves him, yeah, and she's obsessed with him. And you know, she's aware he has a wife before she got involved. She wanted to be with him for her own reason, and she wanted to have those kids. She wasn't under pressure. It wasn't a trick. It wasn't a lie. She chose the life she's living now. So
and she has 4 children for other women, for other men, sorry, and that she's on life benefit from the United Kingdom government and all that. So are you saying that she intentionally used those children to tie Teriba down?
I wouldn't know for the both of them, because I was mad when she went to go and molest Mr. SOG
for helping you.
For helping me. And when she now came back again to start telling lawyer to harass me that I mentioned her name, that Jota, I said what Lanre said. I was trying to analyze. Of which she herself is a blogger. She have raised courses on K1 before, and K1's daughter that spoke about K1's daughter spoke about Sunday Igboho's case. She insulted the life of that girl. She cursed the life of that girl. She cursed K1.
This same one.
She talks about so many people. She insults so many people.
What's her name again?
Ask at Ashake Talk Show.
Ask Ashake Talk Show. Do you see her as a kind of victim of depression, frustration, and maybe spiritual manipulation?
No, I feel she likes public stunts. She likes
she's noticed. Publicity freak.
Yes, she loves being noticed. She loves, carry me, Mimo Wambe. Recently, she just posted Lanre and the children's picture. So I think
she finally went gaga.
I think she likes public stunts. She just.
I also feel that she loves Lanre Teriba.
She loves Lanre so much. She loves, and she can go extreme for him.
But what do you have for someone like her now? Because how can a woman that calls herself a lawyer be fighting like that while he even went to SOJ? Oh, God bless Mr. Sojolo Gogoro.
Amen.
For all the good things you have done. We want to thank you. We want to appreciate you. I'm very, very humbled. I appreciate what you have done. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you. But why will this Wonuola Oyebode now drag herself in such a dirty, mannerless, and very insolent and insane way to go and be fighting Sojolo Gogoro? Do you think that she didn't want you to be to survive, or maybe do you think it's Lanre that is influencing that? What do you think?
Lanre is not influencing her. She's doing what she wants to do. She just wants Lanre's attention.
Okay, she used every opportunity to sort his attention.
She wants attention.
Now, do you think Lanre is capacity? Looking at Lanre Teriba, what do you think is his value? Do you think he's rich enough? Because on that TVC program, he said he's rich enough to take care of his children.
Yes, he is. He's capable enough. For a man to decide to have different kids, he should have a source of which he works.
Source of livelihood.
Yes. He sings, he works, he goes to shows. For him to buy cars of millions, I think he can afford to pay school fees. He should be able to afford to pay school fees.
I want to ask you that.
And recently, he just bought people a car now. So people.
Yes, I was going to that. So I saw wherever it was posted that he bought a car and the Oloke Sioni that is managing. Somebody was saying he's thanking him.
Yeah.
That he just bought, is it Corolla or something like that?
Corolla.
He bought them 2 cars. When you see these kind of things, do you think these cars are genuine that he bought it? And why is he not able to pay school fees of children of baby mamas? And yet he buy cars and dash people.
Initially, why I came out was because Lanre, I already told a lot of people to go and beg him, and he was adamant. He doesn't know, he likes public stunts. He likes carry me, he likes oppressing people, like you should feel this is what he is and that is not what he is initially. So he likes the public, he likes to show them things that, I don't know. So all he does is just for the gram, for social media.
For the social media?
Praise and comment.
Now, let me also ask you now that if you have opportunity all over again, if you can reverse time will you say you will still fall in love for him if the time presents itself again?
I wouldn't.
Why?
Because Lanre is not, it's not a man worth being with. He disrespects women, he doesn't have regards for them, he feels he's on top of the world, he doesn't have a fear of God, he's not even scared that he has grown-up daughters and what will happen to them in future, the way he treats women. He's just a reckless man. He's a reckless man, and he's very loose, because for a man to go to an extent of dating different women at the same time, getting them pregnant at the same time, for me, I feel it's not ordinary. It's not. Because a sane man won't date a girl to the point after you have grown-up children, grown-up beautiful children, still now date girls, not a girl, date girls and now put them in family way at the same time and deny responsibility. So he should say what he's really doing with these two children. Because it's not about having kids, it's about catering for them. So you're not having kids and not taking care of them, probably that is what they told him to do. Probably that's what they told him to do wherever he's doing whatever he's doing, because it's not ordinary. It's not ordinary.
I mean, having children simultaneously with different people.
Different people at the same time.
When Kofo was telling you her own story, how did you feel?
I felt bad for the girl. I felt that because the girl had to do a lot of immoral things to just get herself right.
She said the place he took for her, just like in your own case, there was no bed, there was no chair.
You know, she had the mom now, so she can't possibly, she never lived alone, because me, I was living alone with my sister, so I had everything through my dad. So she didn't have anything. So we rented at the apartment for her that is in I've forgotten where she told me, just bed. So she had to buy the furniture herself. It was her mom that gave her the chair, the fridge. They gave that the woman for her retirement stuff. She carried it, and he will call, she even said he will come home and he will not even ask where did she get it from.
He will just come to sleep with her.
He will be like, the house is now fine. They didn't even paint house.
So a man that put a woman in a place, in a particular place, and goes for months, like 3-4 months, will now come and discover a chair inside that house that he didn't buy, he discover a fridge that he didn't purchase, he discover a television that he didn't buy for her, and you just say, anything fine. So what do you think is happening with that kind of a man?
I feel it's just, to me, I feel it's not ordinary. It's not. My dad too, he was a wayward person, but he didn't have different children. So just me and my brother. He had a lot of girlfriends too, but he didn't have any child from anybody. And when he finally got married, the woman did not have any kids for him too. So there should be more to what Lanre is doing. Somebody can be taking this kind of decision like that ordinarily. Date a girl, impregnate her, tell her to have a child, beg her for another child, go and meet another girl, do the same thing. There's more to it. He should come out and tell us what he's using those children to do.
And Kofo, what's Kofo's own position now? Is she also agitated like you? Is she also frustrated?
No, she has moved on. She feels another man will take care of the child.
Because I overheard her voice notes somewhere that she said she didn't open her pint for anybody for 2 years, believing that Lanre will still come, that anytime she's horny, she will call him, that I feel like having sex, he will not come, and that the moment he comes, after 30 minutes, he has disappeared into thin air. Did it happen to you too?
Me, basically, it doesn't really come home like that too.
To you?
It doesn't really come home like
but
that.
Does he have constant sex with you? Like how many times does he have it in a year? Or it's just that he just does it and go away too?
He comes home once a while. He lies on his job. And when he had that accident that he was attacked by robbers,
on Long Bridge,
they broke his head.
That was
before,
last year.
So he said he can't be sleeping at home again because he's scared.
He's scared like how?
He's scared because it's a street and there's no security. He doesn't want to be out anymore, so he stopped sleeping at home. What
do you think happened to him then? Is it they captured him on Long Bridge? Maybe he's in the traffic or something?
He said, according to him, he said he was coming from a show and they attacked him.
Let's go back. During those times you are with him, what other thing did you notice? When you park into his house, did you notice some other things that are...
His house at Aja?
Yes, at Aja.
No, nothing.
Those men living there, were they his band boys or just security men?
Not his band boys, some of his distant family and workers too were there.
Private staffs. In those days, how was it like? How many times, like, you were in that house for how many years? How many months?
For a few months.
Like 6 months?
It wasn't up to 6 months ago.
So how many times did he come to see you there?
He didn't come, and I think maybe 5 or 5 times.
5 times in those 6 months. So you are just there, they will send money for you to cook. You know? So, but why did you think he didn't want you to do business? Especially as regard your passport that is in his hand now. Do you think that is right?
Lanre is a bossy person.